Alright, so let's see me actually in this one here. And I just got to do a couple things to get ready for this video. So I'm doing that now as we chat here. So hopefully you can see me and hear me in this here live video. This is my first time in a long time doing a stream on OBS, so we're giving that a shot, seeing how it goes, and seeing what happens. So I am literally going to go into my own stream. And let's mute me for a second. My hair's all messy. And let's share it to Twitter so we can see, hopefully get some people to come in. As well as add in all the regular cool stuff that I normally add into my my videos. All right, so what we're doing tonight is we are going to go through a couple different things, but I thought a neat thing to do, kind of the first thing that started out, is to look at the Omar put out the video for the top 20 Omnibus list for Reprint list. So there was a poll that was done, they were voted on. I haven't got a chance to watch the poll yet. I started to look at it, and I had to go out. So I thought, well, a good way to start this video, we do a kind of call to comics, call to cinema combined. So I'm going to be talking about some cinema stuff as well. Hey there, Jordan, welcome, man. Let me know if you like this style of video, because what I'm doing right now, as you'll see in a second, is I'm doing it through OBS. And let me know if you can hear me okay. If the picture quality is as good, so I know that there's no lag. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up my video here, and we're going to look at, well, the first thing we're going to look at is, I'm going to tell you guys first out of the gate, is that we will be doing a live Twitch stream on my Aaron Sucks at Games channel on Twitch on the 14th, because we did, my mother got me for my birthday, which is on 31st, the WWE 2K23 game, and we're going to be live streaming that on when it goes live for the first time. And as you can see, Jordan, your message has actually come up on the screen now with nice red lettering, so that's a good thing. I can actually see it, and I appreciate that. But for when I go to the other one, I want to make sure that I don't So what we'll do now is we'll go in straight into Omar's one. I'm kind of curious because I did vote on the poll, and there's certain things that I'm hoping happened. There's certain things that I'm worried might have happened. So with that being said, I queued it up, so we should be going right into the actual poll of it. Let me just make sure that you guys can hear it, and you can hear me okay. I'll be stopping it throughout here, hopefully if I can. We're going to see if we can actually do that. So we're going to dive right into it. And let's see if this works.
We're back with our annual Marvel Omnibus reprint poll results. These are the books that
I want to see if you guys can see
year, and we've been doing this
what
for
I can
a couple
see.
of years now.
Project Elsa on YouTube, is it really?
That you all voted for. Actually, I think the first couple of years I sent them a list that I noticed of books that people wanted. And then a couple of years ago, I decided to let you all vote for it. We started with like social media, and then it became.
I'm kind of excited to see where this goes.
Before that, it was 10. So it's been a great thing. They just keep coming back because they're that.
So we're going to queue right in. Let's go into number 20.
Actually, this list this time around really surprised me. I did not guess what the number one surprises like that. So keep that in mind.
Excellent.
You may not know what SSL is.
Oh, bloody hell.
Hackers do. And
So we're just going to get the commercial part of it there.
Also, keep your hopes up. I'm just the messenger. I'm just reading exactly what you all voted.
Can you hear it too,
And
Jordan?
we'll be doing the same with the Marvel Epic collections. I'll be putting a list together, and I'll be making a video next week, and you all vote for the Marvel Epic Collections you want reprinted. All right, so let's go ahead and start. It is a countdown, so we'll be going from number 20 all the way to number 1. If you want the entire list
So I'm
of 100
nervously excited because I just started collecting Omnibuses about a couple years ago.
that will be posted on our
Not even that,
Patreon.
but a year and a half.
But here I am sharing just the
So
top 20 because that's
I
what I'm
managed
sharing with
to get
Marvel.
around 70.
Number
ish.
20, Uncanny X-Men Omnibus Volume 2.
All right, let's talk about this one. Uncanny X-Men Omnibus Volume 2 is definitely one of the best like Uncanny X-Men omnibuses that are out there. I do have it actually. I have all 4 original volumes, waiting for Volume 5 to come out. I don't think it's a good vote for the top 20 list because I got a feeling like unless it's like different X-Men stuff, then most of the Uncanny stuff it's going to be reprinted like over and over again. I think this one's been reprinted like 3 to 4 times right now. So it kind of seems like the waste of a vote when there could be something kind of different and unique put on there. This is going to come out whether it gets a vote or not.
And that just surprises me that it's still.
Give me your thoughts too, by
top
the way.
20. Those are books that just keep coming back, and I think it's been reprinted 4 times now.
Yeah, that's what
But
it
there's
is.
it just goes to show you that there's so many new people to collected editions that they want it reprinted. So the masses have spoken. So let's go ahead with number 19, Mighty Thor by Walter Simonson.
So that makes more sense. That's out of print.
First time making it into our top 20. I'm very surprised because this had, I believe, 1, 2 printings, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And I know some people are torn about the colors, but I never.
Sometimes in an omnibus, they'll do recoloring, kind of a modern day coloring, and people tend to be sticklers, but wanting the colors to look the way the colors looked when they actually bought the comics. And a creator can make a creative decision or a choice to actually change the look of the colors. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It was kind of on the fence with the Simonson one, but this was kind of an easy one to get for a long time.
It never bothered me, so I'm a huge fan of that omnibus. Daredevil Shadowland Omnibus coming in at number 18.
So this is a decent one. It's not an easily collected one. There's no like oversized hardcovers of this one as far as I know. Now that being said, Daredevil gets voted on a lot. He's one of those characters that people want to see in the in Omni a lot. Now there's certain names that I don't want to see on this list, just because I kind of think that if they're on the list, that they're going to they're not needed. Like if it's like a Daredevil by Brubaker or Daredevil by Bendis, for instance, I can see those like being put out anyway, because Brubaker's a big name, his Captain Americas are being reprinted, so I'm hoping, not saying that Brubaker Captain America's on the list. I do want to get them all, but I don't think that they need to be on a list of top 20 reprints when it's stuff is going to come out. Same with the X-Men in number 20.
Now, that is the only way to collect Andy Diggle's run on Daredevil, so I can see why people as completists would probably vote for this one. It hasn't been available in oversized hardcover, neither has the Shadowland event. Though it has been available in trade paperback.
It's not a popular
Shadowland
event.
May have come out in standard size hardcover, but all of it is in that omnibus, and that, of course, is the book that happens after
I'd buy it.
Ed Brubaker leaves the run and before Mark Waid takes over. Ghost Rider Omnibus. Now that makes me happy that it brought
So this is really cool because Ghost Rider is there's only been one Ghost Rider omnibus that's come out so far. It's the Jason Aaron run on Ghost Rider. I'm a big fan of Jason Aaron. He did a decent run on Ghost Rider. If this was like a list of like 20 books that I want to see come out, hey there, Alan. Hey there, Gleaming. Or both live. Very different topics tonight, I think. Is that for me, it's much later. It's like 3:14 in the morning now. So this took a lot of stuff to go live here. But I would rather just like have a Danny Ketch, like a 90s era Ghost Rider, or maybe even the Johnny Blaze classic one as well. But Jason Aaron, I don't have this. I really need it. I don't think there's going to be a lot of horror omnibuses on here. And if you guys are watching my channel and you don't normally collect like horror, don't collect comics or omnibuses or stuff like that, then 9 chances out of 10 you probably collect the horror stuff or the Ghost Rider
now
stuff.
This is the Jason Aaron run of Ghost Rider, and I would love if they did 2 collections. They did a Ghost Rider War for Heaven book.
Yeah.
1 and 2, and book 2, these were complete collections, added more to that collection. So I think they could. So what they could do is add the Danny Ketch miniseries 1 through 5 and the Heavens on Fire miniseries 1 through 6.
Hopefully it's
to make it a little
expanded.
more
Like if they're gonna
complete.
do it, like expand it, like
Hopefully
like
they
DC did with
see
Super
that
Sons.
Ghost Rider in omnibus format. It made it in our top 20. Maybe it's time for some 90s Ghost Rider or classic Johnny Blaze, and I guess for modern people, Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider. Now this one's a little bit of a spoiler, but there's nothing I can do because it's in the title. All right. Ultimate Death of Spider-Man. So that
Good choice, but I see it
is
coming already.
Volume 5 of the Ultimate Spider-Man series. I don't five is the way that I see it happening. Of it, that people still want more of it as the Ultimate Universe. Maybe they can expand on the Ultimate Spider-Man by Michelini and Larson.
Oh wait, I missed one.
Made it in our top 20 last year.
Punisher Max by Jason
it is
Aaron.
number
It's good to see
15
some
this
Punisher in
time
here.
around. Spider-Man by Michelini and Larson.
So
Omnibus.
this one I voted on. This is one of the ones that I chose. This was one of my choices when it came to the list here, because Dave Michelini, worked with Todd McFarlane, and it was a big like writer when it came to when it came to Spider-Man. Like he's one of the creators of Venom, right? But after Todd McFarlane left Spider-Man, then Eric Larson came on. We'd go on to do Savage Dragon for Image, but this one I don't see, like Larson's not as big a name as Todd McFarlane. The Todd McFarlane stuff gets like reprinted and reprinted. Even like we're getting the Spider-Man versus Venom Omnibus coming out pretty soon, actually, if it's not already out. So this one here is a nice part to my collection, and I really do need this one.
Now they've reprinted Spider-Man by Michelini and McFarlane twice now, and they've reprinted Spider-Man by McFarlane, and this is the era that happens right after Michelini and Tom McFarlane. So, yeah, and it's got one of my favorite stories, The Revenge of the Sinister Six, in there. Spider-Man Clone Saga Omnibus Volume 2, that's another one.
Another one I voted for, one that I want. I have the Ben Reilly Volume 2. They're reprinting Ben Reilly Volume 1, and they're reprinting Clone Saga Volume 1 in, I think, January of 2024. I am definitely going to be buying both of those. I'm a big fan of the Clone Saga. I'm unabashed fan of it. So it'll be interesting to get all four of those volumes out, and I can't wait. So hopefully this one will get picked. Because here's the thing. Just because they get listed on the poll doesn't mean that they're going to get reprinted. That being said, the poll's been going on for a few years now. Last year, they did a top 20. 15 of the top 20 got reprinted. The year before, they did another top 20, and the top 20 before that, and the top 10 will get reprinted. But this time, I think the poll is really gaining, not just in popularity, but in power of what Marvel reprints.
By the way, I did highlight to Marvel what was voted in our reprint poll last year that wasn't reprinted. So this is now coming in at number 13, Omnibus Volume 2. We are getting a reprint of Spider-Man Clone Saga Omnibus Volume 1. We are getting a reprint of Ben Reilly Omnibus Volume 1. So here's
What's next?
Because we got a reprint of
World War Hulk.
It just came out, I think, this year. It was supposed to come out last year, but hey, delays. And now you all voted for the follow-up to that. And I would love to see Greg
I can see
Pak's
this happen.
stories of Incredible Hulk collected in future.
Hulk's been fairly popular.
Awesome.
Immortal Hulk's coming out. That sells really well. I can see this
Hulk
happening.
is getting a lot of love. That John Byrne and Joe Casey Omnibus gives me a lot of hope for Bruce Jones. It gives me a lot of hope for future Greg Pak stories. And maybe the follow-up to Red Hulk. I would love to see the stuff by Jeff Parker.
Yeah, we did get a Red Hulk. Well, it was the Hulk by Loeb and McGinnis, I think, omnibus that came out. So it would be a nice follow-up.
Very underrated stories in there. And number 11, Amazing Spider-Man by J. Michael Straczynski Omnibus.
A little bit too early. This just went out of
That's one
print.
that surprises me, mainly because it just came out a couple of years ago, and Volume 1 is what you all voted for last year, maybe the year before that, to come back to print, and it did come back to print as Volume 2 was coming out. So, wow. It's just, it never ceases to amaze me what ends up on this.
Too early.
So it makes sense that they reprint me what ends up on this list. Coming in at number 10 is Daredevil by Frank Miller, Companion Omnibus. Volume 1 was just reprinted, so it makes sense.
And that again, like Volume 1 was literally just reprinted. So for me, that says, you know, okay, Volume 1's reprinted. We're probably going to be reprinting the Companion anyway. If somebody said, okay, I want to get the Electra one reprinted, I'd say, why? But then I'd say, okay, I get it, because there's a less likely chance of that one like coming back if it goes out. But Frank Miller, Daredevil, pretty popular. I mean, like, it's a waste of a vote.
That they reprint the companion, and it's got some of the best stories in there.
It does have
actually
great
like the
stories.
stories in the companion more, which
And
I
I
know
don't
is
have it.
blasphemous to a lot of people.
So I'd still buy it.
Well, if you've got Daredevil, the Man Without Fear in there, I love that miniseries. It's a great introduction to the character. And you've got Born Again. Man, that's one hell of a collection. All right, coming in at number 9, I think this ranked higher this year, but it was in our reprint poll last year, and that is Punisher Max by Garth Ennis, Omnibus Volume 1.
Because we got 2 Punishers, we got 3 Daredevil at this point, I think.
I hope to see
2 or 3
more
Daredevil.
Punisher
I hope.
collections. Huge fan of.
I hope this is where it sticks. I mean, like, you shouldn't, like, for a lot of these characters, I don't want, like, more than 2 to 3 of each character, because then you're wasting slots that you could have for other things. Tomb of Dracula still needs a reprint, Werewolf by Night needs a reprint, the Marvel horror omnibuses need reprints. So it's really a shame if that's the way it goes.
The character. I would love to see some of the classic stuff. I know people want the reprints of the Garth Ennis stuff, the Jason Aaron stuff, but for me, I love for them to follow up on the Back to War omnibus and give us some of that classic Carl Potts story arcs. And I mean, you have, I'll take Jim Lee and with Mike Wieringo omnibus.
Good
That only
choice.
had one printing, and
Again,
oh my gosh, it's
Wade Wieringo,
my favorite run of the Fantastic Four.
fantastic stuff.
It's got classic
And,
storytelling. It's got
great
some
artwork.
dark elements to it, and it's all about family.
It's only ever had one printing,
Long
so that's
before
always good.
Fast and the Furious was about family. Number 7. Surprising that this is number 7, because I really thought this was going to be number 1, but X-Men. Bishop's Crossing X.
Yeah, this has not been as far as I don't think this ever had an omnibus. This may have had like an oversized hardcover. There's 2 stories here put together really. Executioner Song was like a big crossover event that did with the X-Men. It did polybag comic books with trading cards in them actually. So I kind of enjoyed that.
Executioner Song. So that was one that I added that people voted for on Patreon as far as oversized hardcovers that came out into the prologue or the prelude to Inferno. Or not, but at least they know that people are interested in those because Volume 1, so I hope.
So Avengers by Busick and Perez. Figured it would come out anyway, but it's an interesting choice. I don't want to like just keep saying.
Hey, I'm Kayla, and I'm one of the AI voices.
Yes, you are.
I was coming in at number 5, and that is X-Men Extinction Agenda. Days of Future President was the one that I added. They were previously released as oversized hardcover.
Okay, it's not a bad one.
You?
New Avengers on the Spine one. I do like that. Like that's not a bad one.
That is coming in at number 4. That's surprising. I really and strong at number 4. Another one that surprises me, but Daredevil by Brian Michael Bendis.
That's a waste. That is a literal waste. It's not one of the best runs on Daredevil either. So, okay.
Because Volume 1 is coming in at number 3.
Number 3.
About books that, gosh, and now it's kind of, that was on our list last
Uncanny
year.
X-Force. That's Rick Remender. Run on X-Force. It's really good. I definitely recommend that one.
Volume 1, and it wasn't a sure thing that
Another
we would get a Volume
Daredevil.
2. People thought that
It looks like this time around people really went in
sometimes
on the Daredevil stuff. Kind of disappointed with that. I was hoping for like a bit more variety. Last year's had a lot more variety than this. This one they really went hard on Daredevil, and I kind of suspected. I'm on a few Reddit groups and that does this, and a few Facebook groups. So I kind of saw leaning that way. I was really hoping it wouldn't. We're going to go into some like cinema stuff now in a minute. So this is kind of a dual one. So for the people that stayed, I want to thank you for that. Now we'll show you a couple of the books that are here. I do have like X-Men, Uncanny X-Men Volume 2 to give you an idea what that is. Let me know if you like this format for the videos and if you enjoy it. So now, like if anybody starts following, or if there's a donation or super chat, your name will come up on the screen. You'll have an alert. So I figured that'd be fun. I'll actually make the font a little bit smaller next time around. It's kind of big, but just moving around with it, just doing some different stuff. I can now see like who subscribed. I can see like who like when we get a donation from the on the channel. I can actually see that, as opposed to like I would have to find it from my better half before. So hopefully you guys like this format. I wanted to look into some of the other stuff that's It's coming out there, so we'll just see. I want to take a look at what I do. I've been trying to do a bit more often now, and that is we are going to go to the out of print list, if I can find it now, on Vinegar Syndrome, going out of print and see exactly where we are with that stuff. So I figured that'd be kind of a neat way to do it, is go to the out of print list. And just check that out. I want to make sure you guys can both like see and hear me when it comes to this right here. But I do want to check out the list here of stuff that's going to print. Looks like there's 12 products right now, and the Vinegar Cinnamon that are going into print. We'll go at the bottom, work our way up. So it looks like Witch Trap is going into print, and that's not just the no, that's not just this is a standard edition. So it's basically going to print. Once it's going to print, it's not coming back without a slip cover or anything like that. This means it's going to be gone. So Kevin Tenney's Witch Trap has got 845 left, so you're pretty good with that one before the sale. Next up, yeah, the Hearse here. There's 503 of these left. I would keep an eye on it because that is like definitely a good one. Wakefield Pool has 322 left, so if you're into Wakefield Pool, you're going to want to get that. We got Malibu High, and it looks like we're back to standard edition at 790. I think people will regret not getting this one if they don't get it after it comes out. Jack Frost, and this one, I guess MVD Rewind's copy is going to be the only one you're going to be able to get soon. So if you want to get the Vinegar Syndrome copy or Vinegar Syndrome Collector and you want to have theirs, you're definitely going to get that one before the sale. There's 401 of those left. That'll sell out during the sale if it doesn't sell it before. In the Cold of Night is a Nico Mastarakis film, and I love Nico Mastarakis. I definitely give like a strong recommendation to this film. This is one of the ones I do think everybody should have because it's just kind of weird and crazy. It's got a great cast. It is so different. And we got like Jeff Lester, Adrian Sachs, Shannon Tweed, Tippi Hedren, Mark Singer, Brian Thompson, David Soul. That's a great cast of characters there. And being down so low, definitely keep an eye on this one here. 215 that's getting low for a Vinegar Syndrome title. Grandmother's House was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that one. Looks like that one's at 828, so that'll make good sale. Double Exposure here. It was also put up by Umbrella. 681 of that one left, and I'm going to guess they'll probably have the Umbrella one after that. So if you're collecting the Vinegar Syndrome and you really want that title, you definitely go for it. Don't Answer the Phone is here. Kind of a cool little video nasties. Over 1,000 of these left with limited edition stock. I'm not sure what they got without, or if it's just going to be limited edition stock, but you're safe with this one. We got 451 in Death Row Game Show. It's been around for a long time, and it's one of those that I think, well, if it goes low during the sale, it might sell out. It's a really cool little release. It's a lot of fun, kind of cheese, but where it's been around for so long, I think you're fairly safe when it comes to that one as well. Dark Room, however, I'm not so sure on. This one's down to 146. This is one that I do want to get. I'm hoping that it doesn't sell out before I can actually pick it up, because this is definitely a cool little release. Now coming up fairly soon, we'll have the pre-orders for the halfway to Black Friday sale. We'll be as always, we're gonna be like showing that live. We're gonna be doing live videos for that as well. And right up next is the one adult film that's on here, except for the Wakefield Pool one. And there's down to 120 of these one, which is Blue Money. And I really like Blue Money. I did. Even for like an adult title, it's a really good one there. It has some great little storylines to it, and I definitely enjoy that one. Let's dive into the partner labels. There's a couple here that I definitely want to recommend. And again, Fun City Edition's Breathless. I've heard this may be the last Fun City Edition that's coming from Vinegar Syndrome. Not quite sure if that's true or not, but if that's the case, it's a good one for them to go out with Vinegar Syndrome on. It's it's underrated. It's a remake of a classic film, but I think it's a good remake of a classic film. So that's always like it's always a bit of a plus when it comes to that there. going to go in here, while we're doing this, I'm going to edit the chat box, and I'm going to just make it a wee bit smaller. Let's go down to a 30. So somebody chat, so we can actually see that the chat box is still working. That's the only way to know, is if I get a message. So I'm going to say something on here. I guess I'm going to have to. It's a little on the tiny side, but I think you guys can see it, so that's not too bad. Let's get back to the recommendations for this stuff here as we go down through. Guilty Pleasure looks really interesting. GNL looks to be one of the big CIP titles. I'm surprised this is not selling quicker than it is. Like, we got some like good actors in this one here. There's a lot of great. This is the CIP title I probably want the most out of all of them right now. And I do want a lot of the CIP titles. Nightmares is a nice little title. If you don't have it, it's a great little title. I'm not like, I love like the back of the cover better than the front, but the cover makes sense. Like, definitely makes sense for it. Shaolin Invincibles and 7 to 1 looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. What I do have to like give like kind of a strong recommendation to is ETR's work that they've been doing lately. So getting some of this stuff here, like the Golden Era documentary. They had we got like Canadian International Pictures, like Hitman Hart, Wrestling with Shadows documentary, Whodunit, the Clue movie documentary from ETR, Agfa's Glow, the story of the gorgeous ladies of wrestling, another fantastic documentary. There's been a lot of good documentaries coming through with this here. Just some amazing, amazing stuff. And I can definitely give recommendations on all that stuff. You know, that's for like some like cool films. Undead is a lot of fun. I actually like that one a lot. There's some of these that I'm just not sure on, and some that I haven't seen. The Rainbow Boys, I kind of remember that being a pretty good picture. But there's so much like different stuff and kind of like fun, weird stuff here that's worth checking out. Minefield's another one. Anvil Curse. Well, let's go into Blu-ray.com, and I want to go into the recent releases. Looks like in the U.S. there, like Scream Steelbook is on for $16.96. It's not a bad price actually. Last Starfighter's $33.49. Looks like there is the 8-movie collection for Friday 13th Steelbook is there for $36. Let's go to the UK and look at what's there. Looks like we have on sale now is the Doctor Who set for the one with the Peter Cushing movie, and we have for £30. We have the big upcoming Superman box set for £130 here as well. That's the new 4K set over in my home country, Canada. Well, the 3 color trilogy is $108. That seems like a bit pricey, but you know, maybe it's a good price. $54 for the Dark Knight trilogy. I got that for cheaper actually. $32 for Streets of Fire, the 4K edition. $14 for Mamma Mia if you're like a big fan of that one. And it's the sequel. Here we go again. So you know, better music, but not as good, I don't think, with the some of the other stuff. Now let's look at some of the upcoming releases here, see what's coming up, and I'll give some recommendations on there. We always tend to go through the releases, and I do tend to have like a video on those specifically. But tonight is kind of more of a hodgepodge night, and you know, please remember that I'm making this video here. Hey, Danush, welcome, man. I'm doing it on OBS. Let me know what you think. We're going to be going through the upcoming releases, Blu-ray releases, and Blu-ray and 4K releases. And so let's go down to, come on, where's the latest releases at here? I usually find this way quicker than this. Upcoming releases, there we go. Was it Blu-ray? But we'll do them all anyway. I'm going to go back to do this, Hannah. Here we go. So let's look at where we're at right now. So obviously it's March the 8th right now. Oh, by the way, Danucci, if you're, I'm not sure if you follow me on Twitch or not. Don't watch my last video. It was really horrible. I was just doing Minecraft so I can make an announcement. We're going to be, me and my better half are going to be streaming live on the 14th with the new WWE 2K23 game. So you can see her beat my ass, and we're going to have fun with the game as well. So there's some good stuff coming up here on March the 14th. Looks like we got Streets of Fire coming up. Phenomenon is coming up from Synapse. I got a feeling that was already out though, or some people have already gotten it. Razorback is up here as well, and again another really good release. Attack of the Mecha Fembots. I'm not sure about that one. Last Hurrah of Chivalry from John Woo. Definitely a cool release right there. I'd say the next big kind of must-have release that we're looking at right now is probably going to be, well, not must-have for some, must-have for me. Dr. Giggles for sure. Sorry, Wrong Number's a really good release. Dragon Slayer, you're going to be able to get that in like 4K or on Blu-ray. I do kind of, that 4K Dragon Slayer looks really, really sweet. I got to say, I do like the look of that. I remember the movie. I'm a big like sword and sorcery type person. Like, it wasn't as big when the Lord of the Rings movies came out, surprisingly, but the old classic sword and sorcery stuff I really loved. Violent Streets is out on the 21st. Severin set looks to be amazing. Definite recommendation on that set right there. Diving in here, Chucky Season 2, great stuff. Exorcist 3, I don't think there's any new features on it, but if you're a fan of Exorcist series, you want to have the 4K, definitely the way to go. You just got the movie. Oh, Raceback's such a cool movie, man. And it kind of, Razorback's one of those movies that does a little kind of like, your expectations, it just subverts your expectations. That's what I want to say. William Hartnell's complete second season of Doctor Who is coming out. They're doing like the classic seasons of Doctor Who on Blu-ray with a bunch of special features. So if you're a Whovian, you're a Doctor Who fan, you're going to want to get that. Looks like we have the Hitman Heart Wrestling with Shadows, fantastic documentary, even if you don't like wrestling. The standard editions looks like it's coming on March 28th, or maybe that's the regular edition, the other edition, but it's just, this one's getting its big release date. 12 Angry Men on 4K, kind of definitely a cool release. Looks like we're getting a standard edition release of Sidekicks coming on March the 28th. And coming up for a 4K release of Freeway 2. So if you got Freeway 1, you're going to want to have Freeway 2. Knockabout is actually a pretty cool one too. I'm actually kind of... Yanbo, yeah, that's a good release. Now coming along here, we got the 5 days. 5 days is coming out. Flesh Fantasy, Biozombie. If you're like a big on those releases right there. Latest South Park looks like it's coming out. 25th season. Can you believe it's been 25 years? We got a 4K of the Maltese Falcon here. Megan, they'll have the uncut version of it on here. So it'll be interesting to check that. I think there's a lot of difference with the uncut version. We got like 4Ks of the Star Trek series, and if you're a huge Trekkie or a big Star Trek fan, you're going to probably be grabbing that, even though you probably got the DVDs and the Blu-rays and maybe some special editions. I got a lot of them. We got like Blu-ray editions coming out. Confess Fletch, I didn't get to see that yet, and I am kind of curious. Cause I'm a big Fletch fan from the novels. That we got Flashdance coming out in 4K, and who doesn't want to see Jennifer Beal in 4K? I'm just putting that out there. Hellas for Heroes with Stephen Queen is coming out here as well. Heart of Dragon with Sammo Hung and Jackie Chan. Again, fantastic with Fisher King. I love the Fisher King. We got Convoy Busters coming from Cauldron Films. Opposing Force. Interested in that title right there. Serpico coming in 4K. Rebel Without a Cause coming out in 4K. So I'm getting some classic stuff. Hunting Julia. The Trap, Lon Chaney. So an early Lon Chaney one coming out in 4K. I'm very excited about that. Looks like we got a set there for Cheech and Chong Up in Smoke. Definitely a cool one. We have the 4K here of People Under the Stairs coming up. Assassination Bureau. I've only had that on DVD. It's actually not a bad one. What I do really want here, though, is Lover's Lane. It's not like it's a good movie. It's not a great movie, but as a slasher fan, I kind of have to have it in my collection. It's one of those that one of those must-haves. I guess is the best way to put it. Of course, we know The Breathless is coming out. Primal Rage, of course. Super Cop on 4K. Super Cop 3. Oh, wow. Okay, so this is the one with Michelle Yeoh then. Definitely interested in that one. Triangle of Sadness. Really good film from what I've heard. I haven't seen it yet, actually. We got a Blu-ray of Lust for Freedom, which went out of print a while back from Vinegar Syndrome. The DVD did. Wings of Desire, 4K, that one's coming. It's a beautiful film. Brand to Kill, it's another good. Hand of Death is coming out from Arrow. Tiger Cage is coming. We're getting like from the Screen Factory, but you got to go to their site to get this one, I think. Conquest of Space and I Married a Monster from Outer Space. I don't remember Conquest of Space very well, but I know I Married a Monster from Outer Space. Excellent film. Definite recommendation on that film. We got Targets here coming from Criterion. Must have release. That is just so good. Brother of the Wolf on 4K. Get Monica Bellucci in 4K. Hell yeah. We have here we looks like another Last Starfighter release. The Morning After is coming out. The Haunting. We got Black Hat coming here. Thelma Louise. Rain Man on 4K. Thelma Louise in 4K. So I don't want to do too long a video tonight. I just want to make it kind of like a short one. And people do tend to be kind of doing their own thing right now. And hopefully we'll get more people onto the next video. Some people are born into the comic portion of it, but I thought it was kind of a fun, interesting thing to do. And hopefully people will actually go in and check it out afterwards, because we worked hard on it. Just if you're into comics at all or omnibuses, then it's definitely worth checking out. So what an omnibus is, for those that don't know, Danuch, I want to thank you for coming in, man. I really appreciate that. I'll show you one right here. I'll show you one of the ones that they asked to get reprinted. So this is it right here. X-Men, this is the Uncanny X-Men Omnibus Volume 2. This is the second or third, must be third or fourth printing, because you can see the lettering is much, much smaller. There's a whole ton like stuff on the back of here. And if I'm correct, I think that this video here, unlike my my StreamYard videos, is actually broadcasting in, if I did it right, 1080p as opposed to 720p, which is what StreamYard like kind of sticks you out, unless you buy like the $50 StreamYard package. Look at this art right here. Gotta love that. I know, anyway, I love this stuff. Anyway, I'm going to be doing a longer video here next time. I'm going to mess around with like the different formats, seeing what I want to do. I do like the idea of the chat coming up here. I like the idea of being able to kind of control the chat a bit as well. I think I can here. Let's see. Let's go to the last comment. Well, I think I can. And just enjoy it. I like the fact that now I'll have like a kind of notification thing on here. I'm going to start playing around with OBS a bit more. It's because it's cheaper, and StreamYard tends to be a bit more expensive. There is the ability now to have like a collab window, and I'm kind of wondering if that's going to make it a lot easier for me when it comes to doing, because I do a lot of collaboration videos on my channel. and I got a one coming up this week with hopefully now with Cinema Dave. So keep an eye out for that. That'll be on his channel. And then afterwards, later on, we're going to be doing one on my channel as well, and I'm very excited about that. Cinema Dave is is a fantastic YouTuber, and I'm sure you guys have watched his videos and seen him. If you haven't, definitely check him out. And he's actually does a damn good TikTok as well, and has a smart idea that I definitely won't lift because it was just so cool and it was so him, in that he just goes to his library, like we hear music from the movie, and he'll take the movie out of his library to show it. It's really cool. It's a neat thing that he does. I really enjoy it. But anyway, thank you guys for watching tonight. I will see you guys soon. Have a wonderful evening there, and it's 3:46 in the morning, so I'm gonna try to get some sleep, but I'm actually kind of overtired right now, and I'm definitely not getting any coffee, so I'm gonna be grabbing, or even tea. I'm gonna be grabbing a nice light snack, and that nice light snack is gonna be hot chocolate. So there you go. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon, right here in the Cult of Cinema. If you just came on here, we did a watch of the video from Omar from Near Mint Condition. Make sure you check that out. I'll link his video down below as well. And we also got to do a look at the new upcoming releases, as well as looking at Vinegar Syndrome's out of print list, going into print soon list, and I gave some recommendations on the partner titles. So if you missed out on that,